Good morning, good people. This is your PooleProof Wisdom Moment. We spend all of our lives pursuing success. We want riches, we want fame, we want the perception of being successful. When other people look at us and want to emulate what they think we have or what we've achieved, whatever the accomplishment, there's something about having it, owning it, and knowing other people want it that keep us on a path toward constantly pursuing success after success after success. Those are all material things, though. It's amazing to me how often, while we're in pursuit of all of these other things, and to the degree that it matters to you, I can't respond because everybody looks at success differently. But we do spend an inordinate amount of our time pursuing those material things that others will perceive as important, as we ourselves have come to believe are important, because from the time that we're very, very, very young, everything is about you want to grow up to be a success. And the world will tell you very clearly what they believe that looks like, how it should be represented, and what it means in terms of what your individual place is in the world. But you know what? As I have lived and grown and come to understand things from a different perspective over the course of my life, the thing that I believe is the most important level and measure of success that we can have is whether one day, when we are considering the life that we've led, we can answer this question affirmatively. Have you been a successful human being? That is an essential question. It's the question, because ultimately all of the other successes fall away. You may have money one day and it may go away the next. You may have fame and fortune beyond measure, but it can all fall away in an instant. And even when you maintain it, you may still be a very unhappy, unfortunately directed person who doesn't seem to get any joy out of the very life that seems on the outside so very successful. So when you focus your energies instead on being a successful human, that changes the dichotomy of life altogether. It changes who you are and what you believe is important. It changes what you give your attention to. Because when you're focused on becoming a successful human, your riches are not measured in dollars and cents. Your hopes are not measured in how much you are able to achieve on Wall Street. Your dreams are not manifest in the sense that you are able to say, I did this and achieved it with no one's help. No, the real successes are, I am cared for by a number of people who I care for as well. I know love in my life. I know tragedy and suffering, and I know overcoming those is important to who I am today and who I am helping others to be. It's being in the position where you know that what you put into the world is far more important than what you take out of it. And it gives you that sense every morning when you rise up and you confront the new day, not to be afraid of what's going to happen, but to be open entirely to it, to embrace it with open arms and say, I don't know what today is going to bring, but I just know that I'm here and I'm ready and I'm going to give it my all. Success is about being happy in who you are, what you stand for, what you believe, and not being afraid to be in that space, no matter what. Success is about who you are becoming and not who you've been. So when you are now looking at your life and you are considering how you want to be successful, don't let yourself get caught up in all the trappings that we've come to believe are representative of success. Instead, always use as your first and most important measure, am I a successful human being? Because if you're that, the rest of it somehow, interestingly, always falls into place. And if you're a happy human being who is also considered successful, that's because of the work you've put in, the lessons you've learned, and the growth you've sustained. And that's something to really get pumped about being successful at. That's your PooleProof Wisdom Moment for today. Have a great weekend, and you can, in the meantime, find me on Spotify, on Apple or Google Podcasts, on Anchor.fm, and of course, podcast platforms everywhere.